Shalom to Yahweh Bashem Yahushai's elect of the nation of Israel. First of all, I want to give all praises to Yahweh Bashem Yahushai Bashem Rechakodash, and double honors to the elders and apostles at Great Millstone who rule well. Peace and salutation all sincere Achim. They're risking their lives and their freedom to bring out the Samath, which is the truth of the scriptures. Yahweh is the true, almighty, and powerful name of the Heavenly Father, who the world ignorantly calls God. And his only begotten Son's name is Yahushai, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ. The only names that have been given under heaven, whereby men must be saved. Men, of course, and of course you have the women, must I add, of the nation of Israel. Only. Of course, you have, of course, amongst the nation of Israel, you have the Israelite foreigners, which have been scattered amongst the rest of the heathen, and which may look like the heathen, but their seed goes back to an Israelite, which the Israelites are so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. All right, we are the chosen people of the Most High, the ones who the nation of Edom, which the nation of Edom consists of you Edomites, which are you so-called Caucasians, you so-called white people, the so-called white man, which you're not white, you're not pure. You, of course, are the devil, the deceivers placed upon earth, which we were put, of course, in your hand to be punished by you. But we are at the end of the punishment of the slavery, in which the Lord is now going to pull back that slavery and judge this place, judge 2/3 of the nation of Israel, all right, which amongst the nation of Israel, there's a 1/3 in which they shall be counted as exempt from this judgment, which they will have the blood of Yahushai, who the world in calls Jesus Christ, recovering their sins. Simple as that. Disclaimer: we, the Hebrew Israelites, were not so-called black. We're not so-called Spanish. We're not Spics. We're not what they call Native Americans and such. We are the Hebrew Israelites, and we have our respective tribes, which the Lord gave us biblical nationalities, and we are the chosen nation. Simple as that. Now I'm just going to go into this particular article, and this is off of the rtnews.com, and it reads, System of White Supremacy, which that's talking about Edomite supremacy. Edomite, Adawam, which Esau is Edom, and white is a made-up term given to themselves, in which they use to what? Deem themselves as good, in which they are not. They are the wicked of the earth. Now we're reading on, it says Supremacy blocked anti-lynching law for 100 years law professor. So this is published on December the 18th, 2018, year of prophecy. And it says here, systematic racism and unwillingness to confront the past has served as major roadblocks to the U.S. adopting federal anti-lynching legislation, a law professor told RT, in which you have it in the past, which, I mean, you even have it still to this day. It just isn't reported much. You have it where we were hung, okay? Israelites, so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans were hung from trees, burnt, castrated, humiliated, destroyed by Edomites, so-called white people, Caucasians. In which it proves they are the Edomites. it says after more than 200 attempts to pass anti-lynching laws since 1882, the U.S. Senate in December finally voted through a bill that would make lynching a federal crime. So, I mean, this is just being, of course, as it says, since 1882, right? The U.S. Senate in December, just now, all right, voted through the bill that they will make lynching a federal crime. It says the Justice of Victims of Lynching Act explicitly states that murder by two or more people motivated by race or religion can result in a life sentence. The legislation still faces a vote in the House before becoming law. So it still has to be voted upon the House of Representatives, which you know that Congress is made of up of the House of Representatives, and you have, of course, you have the rest of the Senate and such. Okay, going on, and that makes up that legislative branch, and they pass the laws and such. All right, in the country. Okay, they draft them, they vote on them, they propose them, etc., etc. It says after decades of legislative stonewalling, the anti-lynching bill would not be applied retroactive, meaning that it could not be used to prosecute past lynching. And this is BS, all right? Because, let's go by the true law, all right? Which is the law, statute, commandments, which is given by the Lord Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai in the Bible. This is going to be the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 3 and 15, and it reads here, that which hath been is new, and that which is to be hath already been. Meaning, of course, going back to even reincarnation, which you have that regeneration, which means back in the flesh. So you have those that were here back then, lynching, destroying Israelites, their souls, all right, their spirits are here in other bodies, okay? New bodies and such, right? New vessels. And you can clearly see that. Reading on, and it says, and the Most High requireth that which is past. Okay, so this would be retroactive. Okay, the punishments, all right, for what has been done, Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai will recompense you Edomites for what you've done to, of course, the nation of Israel, which is the Lord's chosen people, which the Lord's people is the apple of the Most High's eye, has here passed, which is by Ibariath in the Hebrew, and it says here Radap, a Ra, a Da, and a Pa, which it means to be behind. Okay, so that which is what so-called behind, right? Think that which is what in the past and such, that's required. Okay, which the Lord is what He's long suffering. Okay, this is going to be the book of Jeremiah 49 and 12. It says, for thus said Yahweh, behold they whose judgment, I'm going to read it again, for Jeremiah 39 and 12, for thus said Yahweh, that's the Most High's name, which means He is, He to be, He exists. Behold, they whose judgment was not to drink of the cup symbolizes slavery, have assuredly drunken it, which that's the nation of Israel, which you know that we are what? We're meant to what? Rule the whole planet Earth. But, of course, we went off as a nation and the Lord punished us. Okay. It says, "And art thou he that shall altogether go unpunished?" Speaking of Esau, Edom, you so-called Caucasians. Okay, shall you go unpunished for what you've done? It reads on, "Thou shalt not go unpunished, but thou shalt surely drink of it." Meaning you shall what? Drink of what? The cup of slavery. Okay, and you're going to go into hardcore slavery. All right, for 1,000 years. And then you shall be destroyed and burnt up. All right. Read the book of Obadiah. All right. Now let's go back to the article. And it reads here that essentially offering the silent promises of minimal risk to lynchers and supporters. Right, because I mean, look, if you don't go back and prosecute them who participated within these past lynchings and such, all right, you have it where they so-called seemingly are what? Free and off the hook, unpunished. But the Lord is going to recommence them, so don't worry, you Israelites. It says Angela Allen Bell, a professor at the Southern University Law Center, right? That's the same particular group, which they are organization. They of course deem the Hebrew Israelites as a hate group. Okay. Reading on, it says, while existing hate crime laws make the bill largely redundant, its success passage could serve as a small step forward coming to terms with the United States' long history of racial injustice. Right, which is it's fully documented, and it's continually coming out with the different atrocities that has been done to our people, which are the Israelites, all 12 tribes. Reading on, it says Alan Bell pointed to recent efforts to remove Confederate era terms with the United States, it says Confederate era monuments as evidence of a wider movement amid and confronting racism and discrimination in our country. And yet, of course, certain monuments have been put down, defaced, and such. All right. It says there has been a awakening about the sense of regression taking place insofar as tolerance for open acts of racism and discrimination. Racial healings has gained newfound credibility as a result as the present tensions in society, which, I mean, you have it here that there's a built-up tension within the country, which is going to result in a race war, which has been prophesied in the Bible to occur. And it's going to occur sooner than later. Reading on, it says all of these competing forces likely punctuated the importance and the presence of the issue of lynching. It says upwards of 4,700 people, the vast majority of them, they have black, but we know that the black is a byword that has been placed upon our people by the Edomites, okay? And this is to what? To mock us, all right? They don't call us by our actual rightful type or rightful race, okay? Which we are Hebrew Israelites, okay? In which you have it, we range, all right? When you go into it, the Israelites, they are melanated people, all right? But through you had the history, we mix with the heathen and such, had sex with different women, meaning, all right, in which you have it where our people may look like the heathen, all right, just through that occurring. Now, we range from light brown to dark brown, but there's no such thing as a so-called black person. All right, simple as that. Black is a color, and it's you don't see a black person walking around. You see a brown person or a melanated individual. Okay. It says, reading on, it says were lynched. Okay, it says a vast majority of them were lynched. That's northern and southern kingdom. All right, so-called Negro, Latino, and Native Americans. All right, were between 1882 and 1968, according to the NAACP, and over 99% of the perpetrators escaped the punishment, as Alan Bell noted. At the United States, as long avoided undertaking an honest assessment of the legacy of straight slavery, lynching, and the aftermath. The first memorial to the victims of lynching opened in Alabama in April and was financed by private foundations. For the professor, racial healing still has a long way to go. It says lynching was one way of maintaining the system of white supremacy, which they, of course, use that to what? Place themselves as what? Superior over the Israelites. Okay. The acts are easy to outlaw. Desires, motivations, and bad intentions are not. It says, and it is one of the reasons attempts to secure federal legislation has taken 100 years. All right, now let's go to some more scriptures, in which I'm going to go to the book of Ezekiel, the 39th chapter. And I can go to Isaiah, the 14th chapter. I can go to Revelation, the 13th chapter as well. This is our Ezekiel 39, going down to around 23, the 23rd. All right, so this I'm going to start here at verse 21. Ezekiel 39:21. It says, and I will set my glory among the heathen, and all the heathen shall see my judgment that I have executed in my hand that I have laid upon them. So the house of Yasha'Allah, or Israel, which means he, the Prince of Power, in the Hebrew, it says, shall know that I am the Yahweh, their power, from that day and forward. And the heathen shall know that the house of Israel went into captivity, which is slavery, okay, for their iniquity, or multitude of sins, because they had trespassed against me. Therefore hid my face from them, and I gave them into the hand of their enemies, which is the Edomites, okay? And I mean, we've been placed upon in other, of course, captivities when you go into the history, but you have it. The worst is with these Edomites, okay? It says, so fell they all by the sword. It says, according to their uncleanness and according to their transgressions have I done unto them, and hid my face from them. Therefore, thus said the Lord Yahweh, now I will bring again the captivity of Yaquab, or Jacob, which means supplanter, all right, and have mercy upon the whole house of Israel, and will be jealous for my holy name. After that, they have borne their shame and all their trespasses whereby they have trespassed against me, when they shall dwell safely in their land, which is Israel, which is currently inhabited by people which are Edomites, whom have claimed our heritage as their own. Anyway, going on, it says, and none made them afraid. It says, when I had brought them again from the people and gathered them out of their enemies' land, which we were scattered, and am sanctified in them in the sight of many nations, which goes into like we've been scattered. It says, then they shall know that I am Yahweh, their power, which the Lord is he's gonna deliver a remnant, which is the elect, all right, which caused them to be led into captivity among the heathen, but I have gathered them into their own land, and I have left none of them any more there. neither will I hide my face any more from them, for I have poured out my spirit upon the house of Israel. Thus said the Lord Yahweh. Let's go to Isaiah 14 and 21. Going just directly to the point. It's Isaiah 14 and 21, and it reads here, prepare slaughter for his children, for the iniquity of their fathers, which you Edomites, which you are your fathers anyway, in the reincarnation. It says that they do not rise nor possess the land nor fill the face of the world with the cities. All right. So the Lord is preparing your slaughter currently. As you can see, your kingdom is going down. The stock markets, as you can see, all right, hitting all-time lows and such since what, 1930s and such. All right. You Edomites are killing yourselves to suicide. Okay, this your kingdom is over. This is Revelation 13 and 9. So your judgment is written in the scriptures, and as you can see, it's soon. It says Revelation 13 and 9. It says, if any man have an ear, let him hear. He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. You put, of course, the Hebrew Israelites into slavery. All right, you lynched them. Okay. You think that the Lord hasn't. You think that the Lord is with you. Okay. And he hasn't punished you, but you will be punished. Okay. Your kingdom is going to be destroyed. Great Babylon. Okay, anyway, going on, which is America, is that he that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. He that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword. Here's the patience and the faith of the saints, and that's the patience of the patience and the faith of the saints, which are the Israelites. All right, that we receive what? That payback. All right, we want that. Okay, this is gonna be the book of Psalms 50. And 16, it says, but unto the wicked Yahweh, Bashem Yahushua saith, what hast thou done, or what hast thou to do to declare my statutes, or that thou shouldest taketh my covenant in thy mouth? Why would you pick up the Bible and claim, of course, you of course supposed to be obedient to your master and such? That's what you Edomites have done. Okay, said. Which, the Bible is a holy book, which is meant for us, knowing that it's our power, and you knew who we were. You used it to your advantage to manipulate, all right, to use your authority, all right, in deceit over the Israelites. But now the Lord has opened up the seals of the book, in which we have the understanding, and we know who you are. You are our enemy. It says here, seeing that thou hatest instruction and castest my words behind thee, right? Which you do that daily, all right? It says, when thou sawest a thief, and thou contendest with him, and hast been partaker with adulterers, thou givest thy mouth to evil, and thy tongue frameth deceit. How do you do that? Of course, you go about and you write these different laws, all right? And you don't hold yourself to the law of the Bible. You write these laws, and of course you don't even you let people off scot-free and such. All right, as you say, you don't want this retroactive. All right. Though you're making it a federal crime now. Well, it could be. All right, coming if it's passed through the House. All right, it says, thou sittest and speakest against thy brother, which that's Jacob. All right, remember Esau, you are our brother, right? It says, thou slanderest thine own mother's son. It says, these things hast thou done, and I kept silence. Thou thoughtest that I was altogether such as one as thyself, but I will reprove thee, which means to correct. All right, the Lord is going to judge you, and set them in order before thine eyes, which you see The Lord doing that, putting us on the highways and hedges right there before your eyes, all right, rebuking you, okay, bringing out the truth that you're the devil that the Bible speaks of, all right, that never trust thine enemy, all right. We of course are publishing that daily, all right, and it's burning and eating you up. All right, this is going to be the book of Wisdom of Solomon, the first chapter, Wisdom of Solomon, actually 5:1. It says, "And then shall the righteous man stand in great boldness before the face of such that have such as have afflicted him, and made no account for his labors. And when they see it, they shall be troubled with terrible fear, and shall be amazed at the strangeness of his salvation, which is due to the chariots, which so-called you fools, so far beyond all that they look for." All right. And I mean, that's basically it. All right. You can read this is your the chapter Wisdom of Solomon, the Apocrypha, which is part of the original King James Bible, which we have returned unto us. All right, the word of the Lord in its completeness, all of the scriptures that the so-called white man has been hiding. Okay, which gives away who he is. We have. All right. So anyway, hopefully you're edified by this lesson. Slach if it was a bit long and drawn out, but the Spirit, the Ruach Kodash had to speak. It had to speak. All praises to the Most High and His only begotten Son, in the name of the Holy Spirit, and double honors to those apostles at Great Millstone. Shalom la Bachayarium, all right, the elect, Shal Yasha'Allah of Israel. Shalom.